Hello everybody, my name is Adam and we're back in Planet Zoo today for another tutorial, and today we're going to be talking about everything to do with the terrain tool. Now the terrain tool, probably most of you are very familiar with this now, and it's a very good tool to know how to use properly in Planet Zoo. I have had a couple of comments asking if I could do a simple terrain tool tutorial. That was very difficult to say, bit of a tongue twister. So I thought yes I would, for people. So this is more catered for the beginning players, really, the beginners. You might find some tips and some useful things to take from this video if you're a more advanced player, but it is tailored to the beginner player. And we're going to start with the very basics, and that's as soon as you hit the button terrain, you will appear in this menu. So we've got pull, push, flatten to terrain, flatten to surface, chisel, smooth and roughen. And these pretty much do what they say they do. It is what it says on the tin, kind of thing. So we've got raise, what will raise it as much as you like. And we've got the dig down one, the push, which will obviously dig down as much as you like. We've got flatten to terrain, where we can just flatten anything to the ground level like so. We've also got flatten to surface, which will literally grab any terrain like this and reflatten it to the actual surface to make it all level and straight like that. And then we've got smooth, which again is very self-explanatory. It will smooth the edges down on where you've used the terrain tool. And this, I'm going to demonstrate what these tools are very handy for once I've gone through them. You've got chisel, which will just chisel into the terrain, and then you've got roughen, which will, like I said, it will make it more rock-like and make it more kind of realistic, really. And then you've got the terrain stamp, and now this is where people can seem to struggle. You've got a little menu here what gives you the height and width, and if it's going down or up. So if we wanted it up and we wanted it the largest, then we can just place it like that. If we want it down, we'll choose down, just like that. But we can also get very creative with this as well. So if we press X while we have it selected, you can see we can move it wherever we want. And because this one's on the same level, you can dig down, keep it on the same level, and this is how you would create like an animal pool, or more like a lake, just like so. And this terrain stamp tool does come in different options. We've got cube, sphere, cylinder and pyramid. So this really does let you get very creative when playing stuff in Planet Zoo. You can create a little pyramid quite simply. And then we've got the painting. We don't need to go over that. Whatever you select is whatever it will paint the terrain. And then we've got the water, and we've got a new, well, not a new, well, yeah, it's newish, but it's a nice little nice little thing that Frontier has added, and we can actually recolor the water now, which is great, and it's something I wanted for a long time. So we've got calm water, rough water, select water and remove water. So let's add some water to this little pool we created here. Now if we can we don't really need to select this option. We can just left click on the actual water. The menu will come up here. We'll click on color, and this is where we can get really creative. We can either choose a custom color of whatever the color we want the water to be, or we can choose a preset color what Planet Zoo has provided for us. Everglade, tropical. I really like tropical, and in this bar here you can really raise all over the intensity of that color. So I'm just going to show you some of these terrain tools in times where I would personally use them, and what they are really normally used for and where they can come in handy. So over here we've got a start of a habitat what I'm about to create. I've not decided what it's for. Maybe crocodiles, maybe even beavers, not too sure. Our paths are in place. I've built a little bridge over here, and our water is in place also. So let's for now just take our water out. So we go on water. You can do this easily by hovering over the water and just right clicking on your mouse. It will take all the water in that area out. Now we're going to go back in the terrain tool, and as you can see, all these edges here are very jagged and rough, and they don't look that natural. Now this is okay if you're then going to cover it with foliage and rocks, but if you're not, the best thing to do is click on smooth. We want to lower it down to a lower size so we know where we're up to. Intensity, I normally leave the intensity pretty much all the time on all the terrain tools as 100%. Trust me, it just works better. And then you just simply want to smooth things down here, and as you can see, as we just slightly go along the edge here, it will make everything just look a bit more fitting and a bit more natural, like it was supposed to be, like this. More like natural rather than man-made, and you can give that effect just by using this smooth tool here. Let's plop the water back in like this, and as you can see, it does look a bit more natural here. Now, say we wanted to create a little pool from scratch, so let's dig down a little bit. This is what I like to do. Then choose the flatten to terrain, and then we'll just dig a nice little round bit of terrain here. Obviously, we've not used the smooth, so it's all jagged edges like I've just showed you. But we've got to think about animals. Now, if this is going into a habitat, how are the animals going to get in? Now, because it is quite straight edged, they should be fine getting in there, but sometimes they can't really get in. Or sometimes you want the water lower, like there, so the animals won't be able to get in there. So this is what I normally do. So we'll just take the water out, then we're going to go into sculpting, and we're going to do two things. Well, one of two things. There's two different ways to do this. You can either smooth it down. So as you can see, this slope, what we want to do really is create a slope for our animals to be able to enter the water. So we keep smoothing this down, 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 down. You can see it's now created a nice little slope coming up here, which should let our animals get in. Now, if this doesn't work and the animals are still not being able to traverse into the water, there's another technique I like to do. And that is just simply grabbing the flatten to terrain, lowering the intensity quite low here, around 6. And then what we're going to do, it's a bit tricky, but we just want to skim over this area. So we want to left click and just quickly move over this area. Like this. Get it? We'll flatten this bit here. Now we've got this bit. Now if we cover this now, you can see it creates even more of a slope. If you want to perfect it, you can even go back into your smooth tool, smooth it all down like so, replace the water, and that should really help with getting your animals into the water if they can't do already inside your habitats. And that is pretty much the video. It was just a simple, quick video for anyone who's unsure of what to do with the actual terrain tool in Planet Zoo. My name's Adam. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe, hit that like button, new or old, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll catch you in the next Planet Zoo video.